Hi everybody, it's the Soap Man and it's time to make some soap. So as you probably guessed from the title, we're using champagne fragrance oil, and I buy this from Wholesale Supplies Plus. Crafter's Choice is the brand. I have used this before, I really like it. So I'm going to do similar to what I did the first time I tested it. I always test a smaller batch in my tall skinny mold. And I used white titanium dioxide, and I did a drop swirl and swirled in Nurture Soap's Sahara Gold as well as Nurture Soap's Sea Green, just to kind of keep it light like the scent. And I piped some really light pink frosting on top. I'm going to leave the pink out this time because I'm using the slab mold. I'm going to keep it a little simpler, so I'm going to have basically half of it's going to be white with the titanium dioxide. I'll drop scent the two accents in, and if I don't forget, I'll use the hanger tool, which is right here in front of me. And I am planning to do a mica drizzle on top using Nurture Soap's Shimmer Gold. So we'll kind of bougie it up that way. I think that's enough talk. Give me a minute to get everything set up and we'll get started. Alright, I'm back and it's time to get things going. So I'm going to hand stir in the micas and then I'll get the TD blended in. It doesn't even really matter which order with this type of pour, so I'll just start with the Sahara Gold. And I just know from experience and using this mold many times that a level teaspoon is good. Now let's get our green in. Once again, level teaspoon is good. Set it out of the way, and I'm going to have 2 containers of white because, like I say, I want a lot of white in this. And the reason I'm doing it in 2 separate containers is I know when I have a fragrance that behaves and I'm not doing an intricate pour, I can directly stick blend the TD right in, and I know I can safely do that with this fragrance and this batch I'm doing. But it seems to do better if I blend it in these cups, and I think it's because it's a small contained space and I get a better vortex on the bottom to really disperse it well. Although I am going to have to be careful because I'm using a lot of TD. I did an unusually steep water discount, more so than usual. But I have used this fragrance. I know it behaves very well, so here we go. And now let's get our fragrance in. The 2 colors, with the 2 mica colors, need a little bit of stick blending because I just barely had them emulsified. So let's hand stir our fragrance and then I'll give them everything a real quick blast and we'll start the pour. It's nice and fluid, just like I like. This fragrance smells out of the world. I love it. So let's get these a real quick hit. The white just barely, because it's already been well emulsified. Give these just a little bit longer because they haven't been stick blended as much. And there we go. And it's time to pour. So we're going to start with a generous helping of the white. Look how fluid that is, even with all that stick blending. Now let's drop our accents in. Let's go ahead and combine the whites. Just look how fluid this still is. Okay, I have changed my mind because this is so incredibly fluid. I'm not going to do a hanger swirl. I think it's too thin for that. I think I'll just blend everything, muddy everything together. So change plans. See, even this little drizzle won't sit on top. Look at that. Or just barely sits on top. Okay, so let's get our gold drizzle on. My little mixer needs a new battery. And just look at how fluid that still is. So anyway, just going to let that squirt with rubbing alcohol. I'm not going to touch it now till it sets up. I will eventually get it wrapped and get it covered, but I'm just going to leave it and let it sit a while till it firms up a little bit. So I'll see you tomorrow for the cut. And it's the next day, and it's time to cut our soap. And everything went beautifully. The pour went beautifully. The batter just stayed water thin. Got a nice decorated top on it, so really pleased with it so far. It was actually a little thinner than I was hoping, because I was afraid to do a hanger swirl because it was so thin. So let's cut it in two and see what we have. And here we go. Oh, very nice. Yeah, you can tell it was definitely thin. And let's cut a few bars. Not quite as colorful as I was hoping, but I had the lighter colors, and then being really thin and wispy, I'm definitely glad I didn't add the hanger swirl. That's a little better, a little more color. So yeah, this is definitely a simpler bar. It smells fantastic. I really like this fragrance. I've used it a couple of times at least. So this is not going to stand out and jump out at you or win any type of design award, but once again, it looks nice, it smells great, and it's a bar of soap. So these are all going to look pretty similar, so I'll finish cutting them and get some pictures. And even though it's a little simpler than I was hoping for, it's still not bad looking by any means. Got a nice top on it, and once again, smells great. I love this fragrance. But that is what I have this week, and like always, thanks for watching, and you all stay safe, take good care of yourselves, and be blessed. Bye, everybody.